What that Chief Vittori has made sure that he's got his money's worth out of me, because he has run me around this wing and the SOG, here for 2 days and given me absolutely probably one of the greatest pleasures that I've had in a long, long time. Let me tell you what a pleasure it is to be back at Kadena, back in Japan. Sherry and I had the opportunity of spending 2 years here in this country and with this command, and made many trips down here. In fact, also our last trip in the Air Force, active duty Air Force, was by coming through the Pacific, and one of our last stops was right here at Kadena. And so it is very special to us with that. But General, sir, thank you, for you and for Mike, for the chief, and Colonel, thank you, and the chief also for the opportunity to visit the airmen of the Special Operations Group. And I am absolutely being serious, and to all of you that I've had the chance to meet here in these 2 days, and or those airmen and chiefs, those airmen that work for you out there, I don't know that I remember a better base visit, even on active duty, than what I've had here in these 2 days. Absolutely. Thank you. The other is also the opportunity to be able to come here tonight and celebrate the recognition of 8 of our newest Chief Master Sergeants in our Air Force. And we know that how special that is to have the opportunity to recognize these men tonight, and certainly women that have been other times, but we've got 8 men here tonight that are so impressive. I had the opportunity, and as I like to do anytime, is to read ahead and know a little bit about what I'm going to do, who I'm going to meet, and everything. And so I've got the bios of these 8 chiefs, and I got a chance to read about each one of them. And one of the things that come to me is that the different mindset that I had when I was the young airman, 1 or 2 striper, and looking up and seeing this old chief. And now I look at these chiefs and I look at their date of service, and all but one of them came into the Air Force after I made chief. I've got more time in grade than they've got time in service. It's like, okay, either you're real young, or I'm showing my age and getting old with it. Although I still don't feel old, with it. The other thing, and I thought that as I looked at those things, and I said, well, there's some data points on these bios I thought that I would highlight to all of you, just to give you a view of why we would promote these outstanding NCOs to this rank. And I started counting up facts, like their assignments, their deployments, their education, and their awards and decorations. And so let me just throw those out for you. So there's 8 of them. So you do the math on this. 8 of them that have over 50 PCS assignments. 8 of them that have 11 associate's degrees. Well, deployments. 11 of them that have over 35 contingency deployments downrange. 35. So 11 associate's degrees, 7 bachelor's degrees, 1 master's degree, and at least 1 in work, and there might be others, but one was highlighting that is working on a master's as well. And then I looked at the awards and decorations, and I just singled out the major awards and that they have received, and the decorations that they have received. Over 160 awards and decorations between the 8 of them. There is just to take those things, and then you go and you consider the difference that they've made in the types of work and the fields and everything. It is absolutely, impressive, what I was able to read about. So we absolutely can feel assured why we know that they have now been promoted to the highest rank. Congratulations to you, each and every one of you. But there's another group here, though, that we recognize that we do recognize as well, that I would like to be able to highlight just a minute to you. So we're also tonight celebrating your family, your wives, your children, your parents, and others that have helped you along the way. You know, by choosing a life of service to our nation, you know that your family pays a price and a sacrifice that you make. And if you work extended hours, and Chiefs, I'm telling you, you're going to work more extended hours than you have already. Your family feels your absence. And if you travel from home, TDY or otherwise, your family anxiously awaits on your return. And if your duty places you in danger, your family wonders and worries constantly while you're gone. So you see, it's not only those of us that wear this uniform who serve. Our families also serve alongside of us through their unwavering support and sacrifice. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's give a great round of applause for our family members, and thank you so much. I got a chance to see you with your wives tonight, and some of you with your children. I hope that you continue and to thank them so much. I had a young airman yesterday and had asked me a question that was so interesting. And again, it's a young airman that just arrived here that was asking the question, how do we, well, Chief, tell me what you think that how do we help our new spouses adjust to this living overseas? And boy, it just hit on me too. And again, meeting with the Chief's spouses day before yesterday in the morning. And one of the things that I asked you, and all of you are out here in the audience, are what are the needs? What are the needs that we have here, at Kadena? And this young airman hit exactly on one of those needs right there. The need to help these young airmen and their young families that have never come over here to experience this in their first time away from home. And yet to know how active you are, and we know that we'll continue to be able to do that. I would highlight to you also for the new chiefs, if you haven't done this yet, and I speak this because someone did this to me and showed me an example. I would highly encourage you to pick up a pen and paper and write a thank you to the other special people in your lives that have helped you get here. And that is your supervisors and your friends and your mentors that have made the difference for you and encouraged you and pushed you and supported you. Don't send them an email. Put it in writing with your own handwriting, and I will tell you that'll make a great deal of difference to them, and they deserve that thank you from you as well. I want to shift the focus a little bit to your duties as well.